Well, Kris, what I love about the Feet to Face series is just that it's an easy read, but yet it's so powerful. And just like you, I mean, it just gets right to the point. If there's one thing that I know about you is you love to get to the heart of the matter.
Yeah.
And you don't beat around the bush, and
No
it's
fluff.
just right to the point.
Yep.
And today we're digging into the Martha syndrome, which I think all of us can relate to. Martha, Martha. We're just so busy doing all the time that we lose sight of, like you say in the book, our lives just kind of get out of control and things aren't working right. And so tell me a little bit about why you picked the Martha syndrome first, and just what are those telltale signs that we know that we're just being too Martha?
Well, the reason that I chose this particular Bible study, which it's the account of when Jesus goes to Martha and Mary's house with his disciples, and she prepares this big feast, and she's all alone in the kitchen doing her thing, and Mary is sitting at Jesus's feet, and Martha's not happy about that, and so, the whole thing ensues. But I wrote the Martha syndrome as the first one in the series because, as women, I think it's a challenge for us with the busyness of our schedule and the demands that are constantly pulling at us, whether it's our responsibilities at work or at home, or it's our kids or our husbands or this problem, or there's just constant things that are always pulling at us. And so it's a good reminder for all of us, especially as women, to take time out with Jesus every day, and don't neglect that. Don't put serving Jesus above sitting with Jesus.
That's so good, and it's so needed. And we can feel it when our priorities are off, and we just feel like life is just out of control and we're off balance. And the importance when we see these things kind of like coming unraveled is to stop and realize what's happening, how the devil just jumps right in there, like you said, and he knows our weaknesses. He sees where we're kind of falling short, and he just will jump in there and things just start to fall apart. And so we can just stop and just get our eyes, our mind, our hearts on the Lord. How important is that?
Well, you were talking about the telltale signs. How do we know that we've kind of gotten off track? Maybe when we're kind of in oblivion and haven't realized it. And I think one of the telltale signs is we just get cranky. We're irritable. We're not fun to be around. And it's at those times where we really have to stop and, like you were talking about, reevaluate. Okay, where am I at with the Lord? How's my relationship with Jesus? Because my relationship with all of these other people is really tense right now. How am I with Jesus? And so it's just a matter of really doing a self-evaluation of where am I at? And rather than the danger of when we do that self-evaluation is not learning how to live in starvation mode, but getting back to Jesus, spending that time with Jesus.
What's it called? Your love tank is low.
Yeah.
So then you're no good giving to anyone else. And I love how this whole scripture ends where he says, Martha, Martha, this isn't what needed, but Mary has found what is needed and can't be taken away from her. And I love that, because we can do and do and do and give and give and give and do all the things we think we're supposed to do, which can be taken away. But sitting at the feet of Jesus, digging into his word, letting him fill us with his love, his forgiveness, his joy, his peace, that can never be taken away from us. And I just love this story. And I love the fact that we now can have our eyes open to it, and when we see things that are just not gelling together, stop and say, wait a minute. Okay, God, you're not at the center. Haven't been my priority. All these other things have been. So
what's so great about these booklets is because they are just standalone Bible studies. They can be done by one person on their own time, on their own schedule. You don't have to go to a group Bible study. You don't have to set time out of your schedule. We're all busy nowadays. So it's just something that you can do on your own time in the privacy of your own home. And so it's just a great resource.
And I'm so happy to announce that all of you that are joining us here today get a free copy of the Martha Syndrome. And all you need to do is call us here at Fred Jordan Mission, 844-FJM-FOOD, or you can download and go to our website at fjm.org. And we can't wait to get you your very own copy of the Martha Syndrome.